This video is about checkpoint 5A. This is called 5A because chapter 5 has two checkpoints, 5A and 5B. This video is about 5A, which you can find in section 5.2.1. Checkpoint 5A is about two topics: the laws of exponents and scientific notation. This video will talk about some examples of the laws of exponents, and scientific notation is in a different video. Let's look at two of the materials problems, problem 3 and problem 8. Problem 3 involves two rules of exponents. According to the rules for the order of operations, we need to deal with raising a power to a power first, and you might recall that that means we need to multiply those two powers together. So it can be simplified to x to the second times x to the negative 8. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Next, we have to multiply those two things together, which means we need to add those exponents. 2 plus negative 8 can be written as x to the negative 6. We could stop and leave it with a negative exponent. X to the negative 6 is a perfectly fine answer, but you could also write it without the negative exponent by remembering that negative exponents means dividing instead of multiplying. So it could be rewritten as 1 divided by x to the positive 6th. Next, problem 8. We have three things being multiplied together, three factors. X to the first times x divided by x to the third. We could rewrite that as x times x to the negative third. The last term involves a different variable, so y to the negative second times y to the negative 1. Now the problem is similar to number 3, so we need to add some exponents together. I'll break it up into pieces, remembering that there's a 1 right here. Tells us that this is x to the negative second power, and this is y to the negative third. This is a different variable. We're not going to be able to combine it with the other factors, but we can simplify these x's together as x to the negative 1 times y to the negative third. Now, we could leave it that way. We could clean it up a bit and get rid of the dot for multiplication, or we could write it without negative exponents as a division problem: 1 divided by x to the positive 1 times y to the positive third power.